I declare open this graduation ceremony. Please be seated. Graduands, guests, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to this graduation ceremony. I'm delighted once again to be able to preside over this most important part of the university year, right up there with Freshers' Week, parties, end-of-term celebrations. It never ceases to amaze me how our students manage to squeeze in the odd lecture. Anyway, you have made it. Congratulations to you all. It's been a long, hard year, and I expect you're all exhausted, but justifiably proud of yourselves. You should be. Now, it is with particular pleasure, but also with some regret, that I welcome you to these, the last of Ulster University graduation ceremonies to be held here at the Jordanstown campus. Such ceremonies have taken place here for over 40 years. I myself have taken part in 25 of those ceremonies, never, alas, as a graduating student. It is a matter of record that I didn't quite get that far, but I left here to pursue an acting career at the Central School of Speech and Drama. I always say the only three things you need to know about the Central School of Speech and Drama are Laurence Olivier, Judi Dench, Jimmy Nesbitt. Of course, I enjoyed my time here at Jordanstown, maybe a little too much. However, you know, the odd party never did anyone any harm, and believe me, I have been at some odd parties in my time. I would say more, but I'm pretty sure this is not the appropriate occasion, particularly with my father up there in the balcony. I'm delighted to see him here again. It is always somewhat daunting to address a class of graduating students. I know what a short attention span you have. And you do remind me of W.H. Auden's description of professors as someone who talks in other people's sleep. Now, I know this can't be true of Ulster University lecturers, but I think we all know something of long sleepless nights, studying scripts, memorising material, the isolation, the frustration. Ah, yes, an actor's life is indeed not an easy one, but it's not dissimilar in many ways to that of a student. Dressing up in costumes, not knowing where the next meal is coming from, wondering how to pay the bills, whether to get up early in the afternoon or late in the afternoon. As you know, this is a very poignant time in the history of Ulster University. This campus has been an integral part of that history, and it is fantastic to see so many people here today who have been part of that history. I'd like to say you haven't changed a bit, but as George Washington famously said, I cannot tell a lie. Seriously though, it's important, as we move to the next stage of the university's development, to pay tribute to all who have played a part in that development over many years. Now, I'm not going to name any individuals. I would inevitably miss some. But the continued success of the university is in itself a tribute to all those who have worked, taught and studied here, to all those who have brought honour to this campus in a variety of fields, including academia, science and sport. In addition to all those for whom the centre of life here was the old Polly bar. On this occasion, I think it's appropriate to mention the Polly in Dalriada House, or the Students' Union bar. I couldn't possibly comment where I spend most of my time, but I did enjoy my short stay here. You sitting here today are the last to have their graduation in this hall. You follow 105,000 students who have graduated from the Jordanstown campus in the university's history. That is over half of the total number of students who have graduated from the University of Ulster, Ulster University. In itself, that is a huge contribution, without even beginning to think about the many, many staff members who have contributed to the learning of so many and have brought so much credit to Ulster University. No doubt it is the end of an era, and a most exciting era at that. But as one era ends, another one opens. The Obama era ended in the United States. The Trump era began. Oops, sorry, that's not the best example, actually. Ulster University will continue to aspire to deliver a much better legacy for this campus than that. Your successors as students of Ulster University will continue to benefit from a first-class education and learning experience and from state-of-the-art facilities across all campuses. My fondness for this campus and my sadness at its pending closure cannot temper my excitement at the impact that an expanded Ulster University will have in Belfast. It is one, if not the most significant developments in that city in many years, probably in my lifetime. It is such an opportunity for those young people who, like you, will come to Ulster for an excellent learning experience, to be in at the ground level of a new start, not only for Ulster University, not only for Belfast, but for Northern Ireland, an opportunity that should not be missed by anyone. For you see, it is my view that legacy is not about buildings, it's about people. The legacy of this campus is definitely not the buildings. I mean, I don't think anyone would argue, even the original architects. The legacy is the many brilliant staff and students that have passed through these lecture theatres, laboratories and tutorial rooms. Those who have excelled in business, in academia, in sport, in the arts, and in so many other ways. Because it is those people that have ensured the desire for knowledge is transferred from one generation to the next. It is those people, people like you, who have built Ulster University to become the success it is today. And it is you and your forebearers that future generations will thank for that legacy. As the evangelist Miles Monroe, geez, all of a sudden I'm a preacher. You can take the ban out of Ballymena. Anyway, Miles Monroe said, "True leaders don't invest in buildings, they invest in people." Why? Because success without a successor is failure. So your legacy should not be in buildings, programs or projects. Your legacy must be in people. So, this is a day for some nostalgia, but it's also a day for looking ahead. The university has equipped you with the tools to be leaders in whatever you do, and as you fulfil your potential, you will forever be part of the Ulster University family. I wish you every success. Thank you. Have a great Christmas. In accordance with the wishes of the Senate and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer honorary degrees, and other academic distinctions of the University of Ulster on those named in the conferment list approved by the Senate. I call upon Professor C. Wright to present Foy Vance for the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters.
Chancellor. Like most of us here this afternoon, Foy Vance had what we all would recognise as a normal Northern Irish upbringing. His story is not one of privilege or family connections. It's a story of passion, hard work, determination and, of course, that one special thing, talent. His performance last summer to a sell-out crowd of 5,000 in Custom House Square was the perfect celebration of his journey to success. It was a genuine homecoming, and he joins an exclusive list of musicians who've experienced that kind of special Belfast welcome to one of our own. They say we are shaped by our childhood. And although born in Bangor, Foy spent his early years in America as a boy, living in Oklahoma and travelling the Midwest and South with his father, who was a preacher. Although very young, he was exposed to a culture that must have felt incredibly exciting and exotic. And the rare mix of a cappella hymn singing, blues, soul and jazz from those years in the States are a legacy expressed so eloquently in his songwriting. He talks of his father's guitar playing, of him teaching Foy how to play the 12-bar blues, and of his father's good humour, his love of poetry and literature, all experiences, I think, that bubble to the surface in the lyrics of his songs. The Guardian, when it reviewed Foy's first album with Glassnote Records, Joy of Nothing, in 2013, started with the headline, "It's easy to get hooked on the music of Foy Vance." They weren't wrong. 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify are certainly hooked. And The Haunting Bee, the song, has almost 30 million downloads. But music lovers closer to home have been listening to his work for much longer than that. His debut album, Hope, released in 2007, caught the attention of serious music fans and those in the industry who responded to his powerful brand of narrative songwriting. Writing that is deeply rooted in his own experiences, heartfelt, genuine, and often autobiographic. It's no surprise that the cover of his first album is a beautiful screen print from a 70s photograph of his mum and dad sitting in the sun on the steps of a caravan in Oklahoma with their boys playing at their feet. Foy's work is acutely attuned to narratives of family and fatherhood, and is rich in emotion, tapping memories from his youth, developing universal stories that inspire a deep empathy in his listeners. It's great that his mum Jean and brother Easton could join him today to celebrate this honour. Sadly, his father Hugh passed away in 1999, but in many ways he lives on in Foy's music. In an interview in 2008, he said, "When my father died, all these songs just started pouring out of me. My father's passing had left a huge gap that I had to fill." It isn't easy for an artist to bear their soul as he does, but it's won him a committed following. For in understanding the trials of Foy Vance, the singer-songwriter, we start to understand ourselves. For how many of us haven't experienced both love and loss? In August 2005, Foy released his debut EP, the wonderfully named Live Sessions and the Birth of the Toilet Tour. Before long, he was supporting such diverse acts as KT Tunstall, Pete Townsend, Joss Stone and Taj Mahal. These led to 2 sold-out shows at Ronnie Scott's, which further confirmed Foy's reputation as a musician with serious intent. Through those early years, he built a dedicated fan base here in Ireland, but increasingly he was making an impact internationally. Songs that are now touchstones in a Foy Vance live set, Gabriel and the Vagabond, Indiscriminate Acts of Kindness, Homebird, all had incredible global exposure through television commercials and dramas, including the iconic Grey's Anatomy, a proven gateway to a North American audience. In May 2007, Foy performed at BBC Orchestral Manoeuvres with the Ulster Orchestra, and that summer Foy's full album debut, Hope, was finally released, an album recorded in a rented cottage in the Mourne Mountains. Foy is, despite his success, and contrary to people in his line of work, modest. He tells people all the backslapping is weird and not to believe the hype, but it's hype that's impossible to ignore. Even 10 years ago, near the beginning of this incredible story, the papers were calling him the most important musician to emerge from Northern Ireland since Van Morrison. And what a 10 years it's been. He's collaborated and co-written and performed with Ed Sheeran, appearing with him in Madison Square Garden, and anyone who saw Sheeran's World Tour last year would have heard him performing Foy's wonderful song, Guiding Light. Foy has just finished his own sellout Wild Swan Tour, and he has built an enviable reputation as a live performer all over the world. So it's unsurprising that his new album, An Evening with Foy Vance, is a live album. It's released tomorrow and available on iTunes, Spotify and all good record stores. Yeah, buy it, don't stream it. Two years ago, I had the privilege of presenting one of Foy's other collaborators, David Holmes, with an honorary doctorate. They worked together on the score of the Academy Award-winning film The Shore by Terry George, another worthy recipient of this prestigious award. So he's in great company. And that's something he's pretty good at. He supported Sir Elton John on his wonderful Crazy Tour in Europe, and Elton John was executive producer on his last album. His song Moonshine was on the soundtrack of Ben Affleck's Live by Night. He has performed live with Snow Patrol, appeared on Later with Jules Holland. He wooed America on the Today Show, and was introduced by James Corden last year on the Late Late Show from LA. He's also been a great friend to the university and to the music department in Derry. In the middle of all that publicity and album promotion and mid-tour, he flew back to do a special one-day masterclass and performance for the Ulster University undergraduates at the Foyle Arts Centre in Derry. He's an inspiration to our students and a great example of someone who has embraced his creativity and followed his heart in carving out a career in the industry. He also speaks candidly about the business of music and the reality of making a living when you're starting out, debunking the glamour and recognising that a life on the road away from his family is quite simply exhausting work. Anyone who knows him will tell you he knows his music, his attention to detail in how he records and performs, his choice of producer, his understanding of the translation of music from the recording studio to the home or headphone is both nuanced and meticulous. It's a real joy to be able to award an honorary doctorate to someone who's so clearly aligned to the work of the university and the new Faculty of Arts, Humanities and Social Sciences. Our philosophy is to place creativity at the centre of everything we do and to draw on that creative energy to disrupt, challenge and innovate. Foy Vance has all of those qualities in spades. In interviews he talks about when gigging locally as a teenager in a local soul and funk band, he had low expectations, until his girlfriend introduced him to enthusiastic and passionate artists who had plans. He said it woke him up. Well, it certainly did that. Let me finish with a quote from his first management company. Every once in a while, an artist emerges to shake you from your seat and touch your soul, singing as if it were the last time he would ever perform, with a distinctive, cracked, soulful voice and a skill to write profound, storytelling songs. Foy Vance belongs to a calibre of artists that stands the test of time, irrespective of trends or fads, delivering heartfelt songs about the human condition that everyone can relate to. Chancellor, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, it's with great pleasure that I present to you for the degree of Doctor of Letters, Foy Vance, honoris causa.
To you the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa. I now call upon Professor Maguire, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Computing, Engineering and Built Environment, to present candidates.
Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Andrew McDowell. Conor Rocks. Pritam Kumar Sharma. The degree of Master of Science in Advanced Composites and Polymers, Lester Samuel James Moore. Matthew Thomas Moore. The degree of Master of Science in Biomedical Engineering, Gareth Christopher Mina. Abdullah Ayed Ali. Ming Chen. Louise Britt Rasek. Shakib Kibenkasi. The degree of Master of Science in Community Planning and Governance, Anna Clark. Anne Patricia Hardy. The degree of Master of Science in Construction, Business and Leadership with Management Specialisms, Anna Allegra McMullen. Anthony Daniel Duffy. Alan Gregory Bogue. The degree of Master of Science in Fire Safety Engineering, Kyle Calvin Adams. Jamie Carroll. The degree of Master of Science in Infrastructure Engineering, Ryan William Clark. Kieran Donaghy. Ashley Martin. Ryan Patrick Murray. Niall O'Hare. Donal Owens. Owen Allen. John Colgan. James Eagleson. Donna Fisher. Bruce Henry. Kyle McCardle. Aya Comfort Nageda. Rory O'Hare. Philip Robert John O'Neill. The degree of Master of Science in Manufacturing Management, Philip Hughes. Sean Joseph Houston. Vasilios Stavrakakis. The degree of Master of Science in Real Estate, Catherine Grace Traynor. Noel Anthony Rooney. The degree of Master of Science in Renewable Energy and Energy Management, Kevin Joseph Gallagher. Stephen Pollock. Colin Roden. The Postgraduate Diploma in Construction, Business and Project Management, Rachel Olivia Cave. Nuala Margaret McCormick. The Postgraduate Certificate in Community Planning and Governance, Anna Marie Dolores Loughlin. The degree of Master of Engineering in Mechatronic Engineering, Nicole McGee. The degree of Master of Science in Planning, Regeneration and Development, Ursula Clinton. James Sands. The degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Architecture and Diploma in International Academic Studies, Laura McGee. The degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours in Civil Engineering and Diploma in Professional Practice, Mark Aaron Campbell. Philip Crawford. Shauna Moore. The degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours in Energy and Building Services Engineering and Diploma in Professional Practice, Adam Michael Potts. The degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours in Engineering Management and Diploma in Professional Practice, Martin Conlon. The degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours in Mechanical Engineering and Diploma in Professional Practice, Conor Patrick Begley. Joseph Boardman. Mark Carmichael. Piers Cormican. Sean McConaughey. The degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours in Software Engineering and Diploma in Professional Practice, Noel Sean O'Kane. The degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours in Civil Engineering, Hala Ibrahim. The degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours in Energy and Building Services Engineering, Mark Aiken. Andrew Bernard Ross. The degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours in Mechanical Engineering, Tiernan Gallagher. The degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours in Software Engineering, Nicole McManus. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Biomedical Engineering and Diploma in Professional Practice, Faustina McLaughlin. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Building Surveying and Diploma in Professional Practice, Donal O'Hara. Kieran Cunningham. Anthony Stranney. James McGarty. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Civil Engineering and Geoinformatics and Diploma in Professional Practice, Niall McAlinden. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Computing Science and Diploma in Professional Practice, Ziki Kuka Kose. Victoria Louise Sloan. Philip Irvine. Charles Duncan Rankin. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Computing Technology and Diploma in Professional Practice, Philip McManus. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Construction Engineering and Management and Diploma in Professional Practice, Peter Eugene Brady. Christopher Charles O'Hagan. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Environmental Health and Diploma in Professional Practice, Catherine Maria McCartan. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Housing Management and Diploma in Professional Practice, Eamon Martin Inetta. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Information and Communication Technologies and Diploma in Professional Practice, Rachel Hannah Livingston. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Interactive Multimedia Design and Diploma in Professional Practice, Austin Cush. Molly Doherty. Brian Flanagan. Sinead McIver. Daniel Hunt. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Mathematics with Computing and Diploma in Professional Practice, Dean Burns. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Quantity Surveying and Commercial Management and Diploma in Professional Practice, Barra Collins. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Sports Technology and Diploma in Professional Practice, Matthew William James Booth. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Building Engineering and Materials, Donald McCarthy. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Civil Engineering, Geoinformatics, Ryan O'Brien. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Computing Science, Colleen McConnell. William McCullough. Jack Bell. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Computing Technologies, Dean Porter. Aaron James Reid. Conan Eamon Andrews. Paul Moran. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Construction Engineering and Management, Charles Edward McLeanan. Paul O'Neill. Kyle Cadden. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Information and Communication Technologies, Gary Kenneth Henry. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Property Investment, Appraisal and Development, Grace Roddy. The degree of Associate Bachelor's Degree in Technology with Design and Diploma in Professional Practice, Cathal McNabb. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates from the Faculty of Computing Engineering in the Built Environment.
Thank you, Professor Maguire, for presenting candidates. I now call upon Professor Durkin, Executive Dean of the Ulster University Business School, to present candidates.
Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Rajlakshmi Banerjee. Steve McPeak. The degree of Master of Business Administration, Christopher James Beverland. Catherine Frances Brown. Paul Stephen Bullock. Holly DeWynn Webb. Alan Graham. Richard Johnston. Colin Robert Marks. Alan Victor McGonigal. David Reid. Victoria Alice Louise Taylor. Francis Boylan. Chek Wai Chu. Kevin Jared Gamble. Philip Stephen Gordon. Kunga Han. Sajay Abdelkader Uwait. Jeffrey Allen Scott. Chan Ting Shrey. MD Anakul Islam. Fifan Shua. The degree of Master of Science in Advanced Accounting, Alison Elizabeth Emma Duffield. Sophie Louise Mahan. Corey McNutt. The degree of Master of Science in Business Development and Innovation, Joe John Carlin. Stephanie Cowding. Helen Elizabeth Ellis. Claire Geehan. Jonathan Lancaster. Noreen McGurr. Fionnuala McHugh. Philip Robert Murray. Bernadette Catherine Neal. Clodagh O'Neill. Mary Patricia Winnery. Mark Cummings. Cathal McGuckin. Austin Daniel Mooney. Vanessa Tavadwa Reeves. Philip Graham Whitby. Barry O'Boyle. The degree of Master of Science in Business Improvement, Simon Robert McKee. Andrew John Dudgeon. Jared James Keenan. Sophia Ann Elizabeth Gregg. Declan McGorran. Amy Patricia McNaughton. Robert Stevenson. The degree of Master of Science in Executive Leadership, Robert Disney. Colin Donnery. David Michael Egan. Fergal Jared Grimes. Susan Hayes-Skeleton. Aidan Francis Hennessy. Ashley Hunter. Jacinta Mary Linden. Anya Lynch. Connor Brendan Murphy. Grania Ryan. Mark Anthony Ryan. John Finbar Sheehan. Alex Sweeney. Joanne Watson. Killian Peter Hennessy. Michael Anthony Holland. The degree of Master of Science in Human Resource Management, Charlene Teresa Early. Paula Howe. Brona Louise McKillop. Jennifer Dawn Riley. Hayley Elizabeth Barrett. Danielle Belton. Christopher Andrew Bolton. Katrina Marie Flynn. Karen Bernadette McStay. Tracy Diane Woods. Fiona Ann Dowds. Anya McLean. Brian Richard Moore. Jared Kevin Quinn. Lydia Sharrett. The degree of Master of Science in International Event Management, Catherine Marie Claire Leonard. The degree of Master of Science in International Tourism Management, Sonia Rose Rooney. The degree of Master of Science in Management, Ryan Terence Fagan. Rosie Kennedy. Moonson Stevenson. Sarah Elizabeth Mary Weir. Daniel Hoey. Bill Kenwright. Chai Fee Lai. Fergal Martin McCarney. The degree of Master of Science in Management and Corporate Governance, Marie Concepta Fennessy. David McGarry. Edward Martin Smith. Siobhan Sugrue. Thomas Barnes. Kevin Joseph Brennan. Kyle Brown. Leanne Burke. Jude Leatham. Carlin Bernadine Livingston. Sarah Catherine Martin. Philip John McCarty. Laura McClements. Marianne McGreevy. Paul Neal. Laura Phillips. Joshua Malcolm Poole. James David Stewart. Balagun Adegboega. Keelan Cassidy. Eamon Goff Duffin. Veronica Catherine McCormick. Maria McGuinness. Jean Morgan Doyle. Matthew Joseph O'Connor. Laura Wade. Martin Ward. The degree of Master of Science in Marketing, Sarah Coulter. Laura Tweed. Emma Mary Fair. Amy Grant. Olivia Joyce. Rebecca Lagan. Vanessa Martin. John Christopher Ahern. The degree of Master of Science in Sport Management, Nicholas McCafferty. Neil McGinnity. Ryan Thomas Rice. The Postgraduate Diploma in Advanced Accounting, Lauren Kate Henning. Fanula Kilgallen. Mark Allen Stewart Little. William Wilson. Haley Catherine Rebecca Booth. Michael Gogarty. Neve Hughes. The Postgraduate Diploma in Business Improvement, Francesca Maria McGettigan. The Postgraduate Diploma in Human Resource Management, Hayley Lockery. Jenny England. Moya Leonard. Eleanor Morahan. The Postgraduate Diploma in International Event Management, Michael David Campbell. The Postgraduate Diploma in Management and Corporate Governance, Rory James Sempe. Marie Sheridan. Kira Madeline Murphy. The Graduate Diploma in Accounting, Maria Falconer. Jane Ive O'Neill. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Accounting and Diploma in Professional Practice, Niall O'Kane. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Business Economics and Diploma in Professional Practice, Philip Anthony Hughes. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Finance and Investment Analysis and Diploma in Professional Practice, Conrad MacDonald. Dara Noonan. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Human Resource Management and Diploma in Professional Practice, Shane Heveron. Barry McCrory. Christopher Britton. Martin McCaig. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in International Hospitality Management and Diploma in Professional Practice, Chantal Kinley. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Accounting, Gary McKenna. Alex Susan McClelland. Matthew Colin McClenahan. Liam Woods. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Accounting and Law, Akete Priscilla Udo. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Business Economics with Accounting Studies, Christopher Samuel Andrews. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Business Studies, Megan Nicole Ferguson. Kiva Ann Byrne. James Kearns. Evine McCourt. Megan Jessica McAtamney. Ryan McHugh. Francis Rafferty. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Customer Contact Management, Jessica May Alexander. Zoe Catherine Smythe. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Customer Contact Planning and Management, Marcus John Thomas Smith. Tracy Howe. Russell David Wilson. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Finance and Investment Analysis, Gavin Tumman. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Human Resource Management, Niamh O'Hanlon. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in International Hospitality Management, Paul King. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Management Practice, Morgan Fogarty. Ashley Mitchell. Alison Carr. The Advanced Diploma in Customer Contact Management, Leanne Hallett. Alison Manning. Leanne Grant. The Advanced Diploma in Customer Contact Planning and Management, Erin Foy. The Advanced Certificate in Customer Contact Management, Iqbal Kaur. Simona Navikonian. Laura Mary Stimpson. The Advanced Certificate in Management Practice, Helen Merle Bowman. The degree of Associate Bachelors in International Hospitality Management and Diploma in Professional Practice, Nadine Roisin Campbell. The Associate Bachelor's degree in International Hospitality Management and Diploma in Professional Practice International, Helen Coulter. Claire McGee. The Associate Bachelor's degree in Business Studies, James Thomas Hall. The Associate Bachelor's degree in Economics, Niamh Wallace. The Associate Bachelor's degree in Marketing, Emma Monaghan. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates from the Ulster University Business School.
Thank you, Professor Durkin, for presenting candidates. I call upon our honorary graduate, Dr. Vance, to address the congregation on behalf of those who have been presented.
Apparently every time I tip my hat, Jimmy has to tip his back. Well, this was a surprise when I got the letter. I've got to be honest, if I'd have woken up with my eyelid stapled to a wardrobe, I couldn't have been more surprised than I was when I saw this. But I said yes to it because I've always been slightly envious of these days. You know, I didn't go to university, so I've never had a graduation day like this. So I said yes for that, and also so that my mum could say she gave birth to a doctor. Maybe finally now I'll be enough, Mum. You know, I'm joking. She's proud. She still claps if I ride a bicycle. It's all good. She's. But thank you for this honorary doctorate. It means something. One, because I'm sharing this day with you, but two, because it's the one and only thing that I've ever stuck at. Music, you know, like I said, I didn't go to university, so I don't have a degree. In fact, I don't have A levels or GCSE, and I didn't even do my 11 plus. I have nothing, like literally nothing, other than a doctorate. So my message is just sort of flounder around, you know. So rather than be smart, I thought I'd give you a brief history of how I got here. When it was GCSE time, I remember those couple of weeks vividly because it was really, really sunny and I had a motorbike. And it was either go into this hot porta cabin and answer questions about biology, which I knew nothing about. I spent my whole time sucking the Bunsen burners. Or drive to Malile on my motorbike and have an ice cream. So I went to Malile. And I had an ice cream, and it was a lovely ice cream. And I loved that moment. And then when it was A-level time, by that stage, what's that, 18, 19, by that stage I had worked in so many jobs, it's embarrassing. And I lost them all pretty much with the same laissez-faire attitude that I couldn't care less about. I never really had anything that I cared about job-wise. You know, I worked as a milkman for a while. I sold tried to sell TVs. I was terrible at that, so they put me in the storeroom. And then I worked in the storeroom in a chemist. And for a while, storeroom guy was a legitimate way forward for me. And if that's not enough to give you a kick up the backside to get into music, I don't know what would be. But I kind of meandered from job to job until I was around kind of 1920, and I joined a band that we played here at Jordanstown quite a few times, actually, because some of the lads in the band were studying here. And that I was sort of first exposed to student life. It was at that time that I realised quite what I'd missed by not studying. You know, as much as the ice creams in Malile were lovely, and not paying too much attention to what was going on around me was freeing in a way. I realised at that age that these guys had set their mind to something and set out to achieve it, and did achieve it, like you have today. Congratulations, you did it. You know, I'm sure some of you started courses that you soon regretted, but you've gone through with it anyway, or you've changed courses. I'm sure there's lots of scenarios in this room, but irrespective of the scenario, you did it. You know, and I suppose I felt like I never really had that, and also the community element of it. You know, which is really cool. So that's why it's nice to come and share this with you today. And you know what? I don't really know what more to say. There's a piano down there. I'm going to sing a couple of songs, and I'm so glad that piano's there because. But you know what I would like to say, if I have anything to say, is that I never did anything other than follow my interest. And actually, I'm a strong believer in if you do what you truly love and you do it to the best of your ability, you've already attained success. You know, anything on top of that is just gravy, whether it be money or doctorates. You know, it's all just a bonus, really, isn't it? Because you're already doing what you want. So with that, I wish you the wisdom to hone in on what it is you truly love, the courage to go for it, and the insight to stop and be thankful and have an ice cream in Malile every once in a while. Thank you, Austin. Thank you. Gareth Mahagat. Thank you.
children of the revolution. They look me in the eye and say revolution. He said, never let your spirit die, revolution. This morning is the calling out of the revolution. All that they will tell you is what they'd have you to believe. But when your eyes are open, this is what you see. You see that all the leaves are falling. There's no more sugar in the tree. So let's just light a fire underneath that. We're the children of the revolution. They look me in the eye and say revolution. He said, never let your spirit die, revolution. This morning is the cold mind of the revolution.
Thank you.
This next song is on my live album, which is released tomorrow on all good records. Unless, of course, you don't like this song, in which case this song isn't on it. It's only better songs than this.
We get rid of the reverb there, would that be okay? I'll leave you with this. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Well, the pool that he lay in was crimson blood red, and they tried to stop the bleeding, but he bled and he bled, and the killer, he slipped and fell on his head, and the pool that he lay in was crimson blood red. Oh, I do know something we know nothing at all, said a vehement unbeliever to a man of the cloth, and he tore his garments and called out to God. God said, I do know something we know nothing at all. Oh, when I got depression, my family do too. So I sought out the right professional in search of the truth. All I heard from my doctor was what I already knew. She said, you got depression, your family do too. In the wake of an answer, there's always a question. Invention creates some, like what invented creation. And so in closing, there's nothing to say. Was a thought caught in the ether through as a mind meditated. And he said his spirit had an epiphany. It was answer in closing. There's nothing to say. And so in closing,
Thank you, Dr. Vance. It was unforgettable. I should point out that Lucky Man and Cold Feet box sets are available tomorrow. Well, we've got to make a living, Foy. I now call upon Philip Murray, a new graduate in the Ulster University Business School, to propose a vote of thanks.
Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, I am pleased and privileged to speak to you on behalf of those graduating today. Our degree certificates are a very tangible demonstration of hard work, effort and dedication. Of course, behind that very rewarding, very special and eagerly anticipated parchment lies every part of our experience here at Ulster University. And it is that experience that shapes our future prospects and potential. Our studies, the relevance of the knowledge and life skills that we have acquired, the confidence that we have gained, and the firm friendships we have made. We have managed the challenges of completing our studies with our ambitions firmly fixed on the opportunities that will lie ahead for us as an Ulster University graduate. As we look to the future, we must make strategic choices, utilising our resources to remain as competitive and agile as possible in an increasingly turbulent environment. We must strive to do better to create a working and positive society, a task that all of my peers will be able to achieve through innovation, determination and creativity. Graduating today, it is encouraging to know that Ulster alumni are leading, contributing, inspiring and influencing far and wide. Through the alumni networks, we can learn from those who have gone before us, and the alumni programmes and services on offer enable us to stay connected and supported as we embark upon fresh challenges and opportunities. Ulster University is a place where knowledge is created, generated, shared and brought to life. We leave here as assured and well-equipped graduates, ready to fulfil our career ambitions. The knowledge and attributes that we have acquired in our time here will in turn shape and influence others in the many and varied paths that each of us here today will now choose to take. We remain ambassadors for the university, proud to tell others of the doors that it can open and the possibilities it presents. On behalf of my fellow students and friends here today, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our families, friends and employers who have supported and encouraged us in our university career. Of course, our lecturers and support staff are right at the heart of our time here at Ulster University. They facilitated our learning, questioned our current knowledge, and showed humility when we questioned theirs, qualities that make the learning experience at Ulster University one of the very best. We thank them all for their inspiration, understanding, and guidance. Finally, thank you all for being part of this very special occasion, a celebration for everyone, not just for those of us graduating, but those who have graduated throughout the years that Ulster University has been at Jordanstown, and for all who play a part in harnessing potential and shaping bright futures. Today is significant in the history of Ulster University, as this is the final graduation ceremony that will be held at the Jordanstown campus. To mark this special occasion, Katrina Aldridge, a current artist in residence at our ceramics department, has produced a piece of work entitled Vessels. Katrina is a recent Ulster University graduate with a BA Honours in ceramics, jewellery and silversmithing. Vessels was produced using slip casting and represents what can be achieved through industrial process in terms of pushing the boundaries. Katrina's work challenges the form and function of an object whilst creating a contemporary perspective on traditional tableware. I am delighted to select a name at random from today's Jordanstown's graduates who will receive this special piece produced by students at our Belfast campus. I now have the pleasure of inviting Ulster University's Chancellor, Dr. James Nesbitt, to make the presentation to Noel Anthony Rooney, please do enjoy the rest of your day with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. So just before we conclude the last ever graduation ceremony here at Jordanstown, this is an opportunity for you, our graduates, to say and show some thanks and appreciation. Sat here today, our parents, who made, grew, bore you, cherished and nurtured you, friends and family who were driven to distraction by you at times, but who sit here justifiably proud and never stopped loving nor supporting you. So please, raise the roof, put your hands together by saying thank you to your friends and families. I declare this graduation ceremony closed and invite the new graduates to join the academic procession.